The 96 Oscars was yesterday, and I tuned in, watched the whole thing, and it was fine. I enjoyed it for what it was, but could it have been better? Absolutely. I enjoy watching award shows, and that's kind of rare for some people to say, because award shows aren't really being popular anymore. They're not popular at all. A lot of people are tuning out. There's various reasons why, and I do personally find that very unfortunate. Me being an actor myself, right, one dream that I really would love to achieve is to go to an award show of some kind, right, to achieve something, whether it's independent, whether it's feature. And I think it's awesome to have a celebration for a lot of people's hard work, whether you're the composer, whether you're the cinematographer, whether you're the director, whether you're a producer, whether you're a supporting actor, or of course the lead. And being in an environment with others that are around the same field as you and getting nominated or applaud for your performance, I think is such an awesome feeling. And that's something that I would love. I would love that. But nowadays, the way how it's presented, sadly, and the things that they put in these award shows, it just really brings it down compared to how they were when they first started these award shows. Nowadays, a lot of people don't care about these award shows, and it's sad to say. There's understandable reasons why. I have clearly given my thoughts about this on my social media pages. I did some videos talking about it on Instagram, and I even tweeted about it. So before I get into the nitty gritty, right, I want to share with you guys some tweets that I gave out basically talking about the award show. I have one tweet that I shared yesterday midway in the award show, and then after thinking about the award show today, about the whole thing, then I had some more thoughts about it. So far this year's Academy Oscar Award show has been very interesting. Made fun of Madam Web, John Cena came out naked, and now Ryan Gosling performed I'm Just Ken. I love it. I had some fun with the Oscars yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, there were some fun moments there, I'll give it that. But this morning, I had some thoughts, and this is what I said. I enjoyed the Academy Oscars 2024, as I've said, but that doesn't mean that there weren't some problems with it. Like any award show, there are ups and downs to certain things that are presented, and man, were there a few. Personally for me, this year's Oscars monologue was really weak compared to last year's. I enjoyed Jimmy Kimmel's speech last year, probably because of him addressing the whole Will Smith slap situation, but at least the way how he addressed it was funny. This year, meh. And it's true, it's meh for me. Where do I even start with this? So, this year's Oscars was very bland, if I'm being honest with you. As much as I did enjoy some of it, there were some parts of the Oscars that did drag on. I think that it could significantly be improved if they stopped with the humor. There were some jokes that some people that were presenting awards were trying to do that was bad. It really dragged on the show. At times, there were some celebrities that were having a hard time even reading the name. Al Pacino came out to give an award at one point, and when he took out the card, he was struggling with it. And when he took out the card, he was like, I think, is this, and I forgot which category it was, but the winner, he was having a hard time even just saying the name. He was like, yeah, I think so. They even cut out from him even reading the card before he even finished it. They just went straight to the winner.
Wonderful films were nominated, but only one will take the award for Best Picture. And I have to go to the envelope for that.
And then when it came down to some of the way how they presented it, it was really odd. John Cena came out naked for some reason, right? Having the card, and I was like, is he gonna read the card? What happens when he reads it? Is he gonna look down and read it? Or it was just really odd, right? It came out of nowhere. I've never seen that before. Celebrity coming out bare naked, and I think there's more behind it. I'm just saying. But anyways, it was questionable the way how John Cena performed what he did. Yeah, that's all I'll say on the matter. And the host himself, Jimmy Kimmel. I'm going to say this right now, but I'm going to try to be as respectful as I possibly can, because I don't like to bash people. I really don't. But here, I have to be honest. At the Oscars, I said this on Instagram, and I'm going to say this now. They got to stop hiring Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sorry. I don't find him funny anymore. He's too politically driven. Every single time he does anything, I'll watch Jimmy Kimmel once in a while if he at all changed his craft, and it's the same thing every time. Almost every single time in one of his opening monologues and on one of his late night shows, he always talks about Trump. Every single time, and it's so repetitive. It's not about the fact whether you support him or not. It's just about the fact that it's tiring. The subject is tiring. People don't want to hear about the same person and what he does over and over and over. It's ridiculous. It's like, for a late talk show host, you always seem to always talk about one certain matter, when as a talk show host, you should be talking about multiple things. I'm pretty sure he does, but it's like, dude, you could do so much better. Jimmy Kimmel, I think, can be funny if he just stopped putting political ideologies and what it is that he talks about and what it is that he does, and just stick with good old-fashioned comedy. Talk about the celebrities. Talk about something going on in the news that isn't about politics. Talk about something in entertainment. Talk about yourself. Talk about anything that's gonna get us a laugh. That's the point of what I'm saying. And Jimmy Kimmel he's just so unfunny, and I find that very unfortunate because I used to love Jimmy Kimmel. I love watching all the skits that he used to do back then. I loved his segments with Matt Damon. Those were funny. He doesn't do those as much anymore. Half the audience, including myself, left watching Jimmy Kimmel the moment he started talking about Trump all the time. It just got repetitive. It just got so tiring hearing about the same person, the same subject matter every single episode that he did. And his ratings have gone down. And now it's gone to show he's not going to sign for another year. This year that's coming up is his last year. He's not doing another year, which is for obvious reasons. And here at the Oscars, a majority of the people made it very clear about how they felt about Jimmy Kimmel. When he came in the very beginning, he got somewhat of a standing ovation. Somewhat. Even he said it. Thank you for that partial standing ovation. Like, not everybody stood up to clap. Some people stood up and were like, yeah, the moment he came in, and some people were like, hey. Nobody likes Jimmy Kimmel anymore. And this is his 4th time hosting the Oscars. And other than the fact that it's Jimmy Kimmel himself, I think part of the reason why they keep hiring him also is because nobody wants to host these things anymore. Especially after what happened with Joy Coy. I can definitely tell you at the Golden Globes, I know Joy Coy has got his fair share of heat, but I can definitely tell you that monologue that Joy Coy did was a huge wake-up call. A lot of people were like, man, like that was bad. And this year, Kimmel's monologue wasn't as bad as Joy Coy, but it wasn't great either. I didn't find anything funny. The only one thing that I will say was funny, I take that back. The one thing that I think that was funny was the jab he made at Madam Web. I was like, damn, everybody is just roasting that movie. Even the actresses themselves were roasting that movie. But then when it comes down to the Oscars itself, there was a lot of cringy jokes that just dragged for way too long. To even present the award itself, actors were struggling to read or were just dragging on just reading the freaking thing. I was like, just read it. The length of the Oscars, I think, is normal. It's about 3 hours and 30 minutes. I would definitely say take away half an hour. Just keep it 3 hours solid. 3 hours, straight to the point, get to it, and let people say what they need to say and get on with it. I'm fine with that. A solid 3 hours is perfectly good for the main event of any award show. I'm totally cool with that. No problem at all. One thing that I will also say about the award show is that some of the categories were a little obvious. They mentioned Barbie a lot, but Barbie didn't really win anything. They just presented I'm Just Ken with Ryan Gosling, and I enjoyed it. Some of the performances they got there were fine. I would definitely say stop taking breaks and having so many singers come here and there and perform. I would say maybe have like one halftime, like a Super Bowl. Like have like a halftime in the middle of all these presenting awards. Just maybe have someone come in and sing, and then there you go. They had Ryan Gosling singing I'm Just Ken. They had Billie Eilish. I think there was someone else, but I can't remember. But yeah, there was just too many cuts of people just trying to perform and sing, and I was like, look, I'm not here for that. I'm here to see who won what category. Just get to the category, please. I'm like, that's what I'm here for. But other than that, I mean, I was enjoying some of what it was, but it was predictable. Oppenheimer won a lot. Oppenheimer won a lot, but for good reason, I definitely will say that the Oscars can be better. Some people had some moments to talk about some things. Some understandably, some was just out of the blue. And then one thing that I will definitely say was predictable was Jimmy Kimmel having to talk about Trump. I actually thought, all right, we're going to have a whole segment of Jimmy Kimmel, but without him mentioning Trump at all. And sure enough, he mentioned him. But the Oscars, though, the Oscars itself, I think the Oscars can obviously be better, as I've said, but there has to be a lot of significant improvements about it. I think the Oscars gives attention to the wrong things and puts very little attention to the things that need the most attention. I think once they can address that and fix that up a little bit, then for sure, the Oscars would be a lot better to tune in. And one thing that I have been hearing about that people are criticizing the Oscars for is that they're not giving enough awareness to certain things that are happening out there. I'm going to say this, and this is what I will say. I don't think that any award show should address anything that's happening out there. No political ideologies, no awareness of any kind, mainly because of the fact that this is entertainment. When you're watching something that has to do with entertainment, keep it about entertainment. I understand that people want to spread a message, people want to go out there and say this and that. I completely understand that. But in the end of the day, we're just entertainers, right? It's not in our business to tell other people how to feel or what to do. That's just where I'm coming from. When you do that in an award show, you take away the identity of the award show, in my opinion. And I don't like that. I think that when you're there for an accomplishment, let's celebrate the accomplishment of whoever is there. Of whatever race, of whatever gender, whatever. You know, we're there to celebrate what these people did and how they got there. That's the point of an award show. When you make it about something else, you take away the complete meaning of the award show. So when I hear people talking about that, I'm just like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying that personally. I really do feel about that about award shows. Keep it straight to the point. Don't make it anything more than what it needs to be. Otherwise, you're just gonna have publicity. And award shows get that regardless. They get bad publicity if they make the changes that people are asking for, and then they get bad publicity if they don't make the changes that people were asking for. They get bad publicity if people talk about certain things. They get bad publicity if they don't talk about certain things. So regardless, it's a lose-lose situation. So at the end of the day, I would just say stop complaining about what the award show should or shouldn't do. As long as we're tuning in, as long as they're just getting straight to the point, as long as we like what it is that they do and they're giving all these, you know, hard-working people the accommodation and celebration that they deserve, I think that's the best that they can do. Because that is the point of these award shows. We're not there for political speeches. We're there to celebrate what films did what celebrity did what actor, what director, whatever. You know, that's the point of these award shows. So when you make it about something else, you're in the completely wrong area. I'm sorry. That's not what it's for. So that's all I have to say in the matter. Did I enjoy the awards, the Oscars yesterday? I think it was fine. It was okay. Yeah. It's okay. It could have been a lot better, but it wasn't the worst Oscars I've ever seen. It really wasn't. I think the worst Oscars was when Jimmy hosted during COVID. I think that was the worst Oscars. I think it was 2020, maybe 21. But other than that, this wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it somewhat. But other than that though, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about the award shows. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not? Let me know what you guys think that maybe they could improve on the award shows. I honestly would like to hear that. I really would. So with that said though, if you like what you saw, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification for more content as always. Look forward to the next video, and with that said, I'll see you next time. Later, verse.